Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so out of frame. Oh my god. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome to Wednesday. It's here. We're here. We're all here together. Thank you for everybody re-upping their subscriptions. Thank you, AJ. Welcome to Lemon Club. Love Lemon Club. So happy to be in Lemon Club. Well, thank you, Joy Problems. Welcome to Apple Club. Also a pretty great club. Here's the secret: is I love all fruit, so all the clubs are really good. Thank you, Pitch Wings, for the re-up on the subscribe. Thank you, Knife Snail. God, it must be that time of the month, so to speak. The time it must be an anniversary of when I started having subscriptions available. Maybe they do move in herds. That's so true. Generally, Jenna Cinnamon Shakes. Thank you for re-upping your subscribes. This is delightful. I wish this happened at the beginning of every stream. Oh. Finally, I'm canceled. That's a lot of relief off my back. If it was going to be canceled for anything, it would be a period joke. Hello, everybody. Hey, welcome. Thank you. Hi. What? Yes. Hello. Welcome. I'm here. Okay. You know what? Here's the problem. Last week, I came to the realization that I don't have to be wearing headphones because I'm not playing a game and I'm not listening to anything and I'm not using the microphone. So there's literally no reason for me to be wearing my headphones during a stream. And then this week before the stream, I had this revelation that I could be like listening to music while I'm doing stuff. And what I learned in the 2 minutes while I was listening to music while trying to do the stream is that actually I can't. Actually, I don't have enough brain power to be speaking and listening to music. So that's a fun thing I just learned about myself, I guess. It's also, the other thing is that it's weirdly comforting to be wearing those headphones. It's like a security blanket. Is it weird if I put the headphones back on? Is it weird if I put them back on, but everybody knows I'm not listening to anything? I'm gonna do it. This is fine. Cinnamon Shakes is exactly like that. When you put your glasses on to hear people better. It's very similar like that. Okay. I don't know, Dork Apocalypse, I do not know what kind of dinosaur I want to make. Here's what it is I was like, we'll just make a normal dinosaur. And then, like 1 minute before the stream went live, I went, no, we should make an Animal Crossing dinosaur. I feel very good about it. He could be an Ankylosaurus. This creature could be whatever we want. A Parasaurus? I don't know if I know that one. Are you guys going to say dinosaur names that aren't really dinosaurs, that are actually puns? And then I Google them and Google's like, you dummy. I Google. The arcane stream focus. Yeah, Be My Badger. That really do be what it is, though. It's just like a comfort. It's a comforting weight over my ears. It blocks out the rest of the world so I can focus better. Okay, I'm looking at a parasaur right now. It's a pretty good dinosaur. Savas, thank you. That got us into another level of hype train even. Thank you so much for re-upping the subscribe. Do you guys know stuff about you guys are listing dinosaur names off like you know stuff about dinosaurs. It's a little intimidating, but I'm into it. I think we're gonna do land-based dino. Cause here's the thing is we already did Loch Ness takeoff. And what is Loch Ness if not a dinosaur? What lived long into the day today. Lived today. Why isn't Nightbot streaming? This filter keeps wanting to restrict people from being able to say dinosaur. And I'm really perplexed at what the chat has against the word dinosaur. That's super weird. Okay. Yeah, Bumble, that also occurred to me. The giant remains an ageism thing. Okay, interesting. Yeah, this is going to open up questions about Animal Crossing and about how there are fossils of like dinosaur-ass dinosaurs, like real dinosaurs. But also the thing, whatever we make is not going to look like a dinosaur. Dork Apocalypse hitting with the good dino facts, not actually dinosaurs. So Loch Ness isn't actually a dinosaur? Huh. Different branch of life. Oh, that's really interesting. I don't remember much about dinosaurs. I can't specify the instinct of why I wanted to do a dinosaur today. It's just what struck me, and I was like, why resist your instinct? And then when the instinct to do an Animal Crossing struck, I also went with that. I guess I'm feeling whimsical today. Oh, is there an Australopithecus? Okay, well, here's the thing. So, like, I was looking at, I feel like our closest bet model-wise for Animal Crossing characters is gonna be the hippo. I got big hippo face. I feel like we could do, like, a T-Rex version of that hippo. But the other thing is I like the dinosaur with the frills, because as a fashionable person myself, I appreciate fringe. And so I think that's a pretty good dinosaur maybe we could do. Oh, is there an alligator? Okay, well, let me look at alligator Animal Crossing. Oh, this is a pretty good model. Gosh, this is cute. These alligators are cuties. Oh, they're all cuties. Okay. Oh yeah, joy problems. You make a great point. I think maybe we can define which type of character it is once we get a better idea of the shape. Oh yeah, that's true. Chickens. I guess are there any like bird Animal Crossing characters? I guess I've got a phoenix on my island. Phoebe. I've got Phoebe the phoenix. Oh gosh, these are cute. There's a flamingo? There's a flamingo Animal Crossing character? Holy cow. Oh, she's adorable. Oh no. God, am I gonna have to start playing Animal Crossing again? I've made a choice that was bad for myself right now, is what I'm seeing. I have not updated since they added warp tunnels and all that stuff. Yeah, my island's probably going to be a mess. I checked in briefly on the stream, I think, months ago. And then that was it. Phoebe's going to scold me when I go back. Oh, yeah, Obijan. There's a whole bunch of, they have a Mario, they added a Mario expansion. So there's a whole bunch of Mario stuff in the game now, and there are warp tunnels, and people are doing wild shit with warp tunnels. And it's cool. It's cool and good as hell. Oh. I just got a hype train emote. But it's not going to let me do anything with it. I can't interact. Now let me share it. It's not letting me click the share button. Hopefully it'll share automatically. Oh, it's just not letting me interact with the chat at all. Sorry, chat. You're off limits. You're on your own, chat. I can't deny you. If you say pervy things, I can no longer access chat, so you're on your own. What's happening, though? Is this Blender doing this somehow? Yeah, Blender's... Oh, this has happened sometimes where Blender gets jealous of the other software on my computer, and it won't let me interact with anything. Why? I'm sorry, 26 Delta. I can't approve. Well, that's fine. I definitely didn't need to look at any reference images. I definitely didn't need to see what dinosaurs or Animal Crossing characters look like. Why are you doing this? Is this something I did? Oh, it stopped. Okay, all right. Boom. Okay. That was worth it. Was it worth it to see that choo-choo emote? Okay. I love how much everybody loves OSHA. I have to assume it's because of Brian's amazing video, but I love that OSHA is now a cultural touchstone once again. Safety is good. Okay. What kind of dinosaur are we doing? Is my first question. I think we should do a dinosaur with a head frill. So let me look at what those even are. Dinosaur head frill. Oh yeah, a triceratops could be a cool one. Peter Shees, you make a good point. Here's the thing is I used to do construction, so OSHA was always something I've been hyper aware of, I guess. So maybe it's just for me, it's re-emerged out of my subconscious as a thing to be concerned about. Okay, yeah, we got triceratops is a good option. Oh, I'm just looking at a poster now called Bizarre Horns. Brachiosaurus might be a good bet. Gosh, dinosaurs. We could do a Dilophosaurus. That's hard for me to say out loud, though, so maybe we shouldn't. Triceratops is very easy to pronounce. I'm not likely to stumble on it as I continue to drink this beer. Punch Frog. Thank you for the gift subs. Congrats, Styrofoam Anchor and Comedy of Errors. Thank you for the gift subs, Punch Frog. The frog who punches, I remember. Let's start aiming towards a triceratops, and then we can sort of figure it out as we get closer. Because we gotta figure out like the body. I'm looking at the Animal Crossing's bodies are just like beans. They're just kind of bean shaped, is what I'm seeing. A lot of beans. All right, well, let's start with a bean. All right. I mean, kind of already got a bean. Let's expand this bean. Mean. Bean's a very soothing word to say. Mean. Mean. Bean. Bean. Kind of a bottom heavy bean is what I remember the Animal Crossing characters being. So a little bit thick, a little bit plump. Yeah. Yeah, exactly like that. A very Venus shape. Okay. I feel like they got pretty narrow shoulders. I guess we'll also have to figure out clothing. We're gonna have to figure out clothing, and that's gonna be its own issue. They got kind of just like tube arms and tube legs, so that'll be easy. Let's go ahead and... There you go. Oh, did you have the heart apron? I do love heart apron. God, I love Animal Crossing. Tube. There we go. Those are the arms. Those look weird. How do Animal Crossing do? Why can't I see a topless Animal Crossing character? That's gonna make doing the arms. I guess I can do them out. They don't have to be down. Here's what I'll do. They'll do out. This will be an action pose. It'll start out, we're gonna start out in a T pose. And then and then we'll expand into some sort of defiant or triumphant shape as we get in there. We'll have to pick a cute emote for whatever this creature is. There's so much fun customizing to do. God, it's like Animal Crossing's a great game or something, and just thinking about it makes me think of that. But Punch Frog, how else am I supposed to see what their arms look like if I don't get to see them topless? I simply know of no other way to do this. Kind of got penguin flap energy. I also have one of the penguins on my island. I do not remember a penguin name, though. He's the old man penguin. I like him very much. Triceratops. I actually do know a burlesque dancer in New York, a friend of mine whose burlesque name is Triceratops. It's really good. It's just a really good burlesque name. Animal Crossing lewds. That's terrible. It's really bad. They have orbs for hands? I was looking at the hippos. The hippos all have flat hands. But I guess the people characters have orb. I'm going to give them flat hand for now, and we'll figure that out later. Oh, the stream notification. I was curious if that was gonna go through. It's supposed to be, let me see if I can do it in the chat. It doesn't look as, these things never look as good as they do when you're looking them up and you think to yourself, yeah, this will totally make sense. They'll get what I'm saying. It didn't work. It's supposed to be a little ASCII dinosaur. It was supposed to be a little ASCII dinosaur. Sorry, it didn't. Yeah, the text. Yeah, Joy, 100% agreed. Difficult to scroot. So sorry. It's supposed to be a little dinosaur ASCII. As I was typing it in, I was like, is this going to work or not? And do I have a way of testing this? And the answer was no. So I was just like, rip it and jack it. Let's send this. We'll do it live. We'll figure it out. Oh, Punch Frog, thank you. More subs. Congrats, Millennium Falcon. Listen, if you never try to ASCII, you have to ASCII yourself a question. Is this going to be worth it? And if the answer is yes, you go ahead and you work your ASCII off to do it. Oh, I should save this file, huh? I've done very little, but I should save it. Doing that now. Oh, thank you, Rachel at Gmail. A good chat today. Good high energy in the chat. People are feeling good, right? I'm feeling good this week. Nervous about feeling good, but I'm feeling good. There's a lot to be said for that. I'm trying to ignore the nervousness about feeling good because that feels like a grim standard to set for oneself. I don't know what monster we're on, so I'm just going to say Monster 16. Oh yeah, happy March 10th. Happy Mario Day, everybody. If you want to see some cute drawings, there's a Polygon article up. I occasionally run an event for Polygon coworkers called Polygon Draws, where I give people a random video game character or topic, and they have to try to draw it from memory. This was born out of a conversation on Slack many months ago, like the week before basically pandemic is the thing we did. And I thought it was really funny, so we've just continued to do it. But we drew Mario power-ups from memory. I don't draw. I host, thankfully. So I never have to draw. I can just sit and eat watermelon and watch them Watch them fluster. Watch them sweat out as they try to remember what Zelda fucking looks like. It's a lot of fun. Alright, let's add some leggies. I feel like leggies will be easier. I'm glad y'all like polygon draws, because I love polygon draws. It's a great... It's just nice. It's just nice to sit with your coworkers who you don't ever get to see in person anymore. I feel like all workplaces should do it. God, we're back in Venus territory. It takes so little to make legs Venus. You're either born Venus or you become Venus. Polygon blends. If I thought anybody else on staff knew how to use Blender, I'd be more tempted. We don't do polygon draws all that often. We don't do it. It's not a live stream or anything. It's just something that we do for us. And in order to justify doing it for us, we turn it into content because that's what our jobs are. But it's up on the website. A polygon drawing stream would be fun. Maybe someday if we can get the Drawfee folks back on, we can do that. The problem is, of the video team, Pat's the only one who's a really competent artist. And he's a very, very good artist, but it does make it harder for the rest of us. It's kind of getting bow-legged. Seven Shakes, it's funny you say that because literally the first polygon draws we ever did, here's the lore behind this, is because Julia Lee, who's a polygon, who's one of our authors, Julia Lee wrote all of our, or most of our Animal Crossing guides, and she's great and incredibly funny and talented, and y'all should follow her on Twitter. But she made a claim in Slack that she could draw Sonic from memory, and it was like 5:30 on a Friday, so I was full Friday energy, and I was like, everybody stop what you're doing, get in Slack, you have 10 minutes to draw Sonic from memory, do not look at a reference, this is just what you can remember. And that's how Polygon Draws is born. Did he draw a bunch of Sonics for charity? I don't think I was on any of Pat's streams. Or here's the thing, if I was not on the charity stream, I did not watch the charity stream because it was exhausting. Any time not spent on the stream was spent like sleeping or eating or relaxing. Oh, it was on Twitter. Okay, I'll have to keep an eye out for those. I don't think I've seen the genuine Julia Lapetite Sonic from memory. Was that in a video? Sonic comes pre-cursed. Sonic, in my mind, Sonic, it comes with a pre-cursed vibe. So that very much tracks to me. So sorry for that snuffle nose. I didn't think it would be that loud. I don't know what's happening with these legs. I'm gonna stop with the legs. I feel like I'm making things worse. But does this kind of look like she just draws an egg? That's a good bit. It's a good bit. Does this look like an Animal Crossing character body? Does this look pretty accurate? I'm looking at other pictures now. Gosh, these character designs are just so cute. I think they're a little bit stubbier, a little bit thicker on top. You know, I'll take any excuse to make a character thicker. Is this the furthest? I guess, yeah. I guess it's one of those things where now that I'm aware of the cursed butt plug territory, I've been better able to navigate around it. It's sort of like in the Odyssey, how they know about the sirens, and so they can put earwax in their ears. That's what this equivalent is. Knife snail, I think the opposite of a butt plug is maybe an enema? Yeah, it's a good question. Maybe. Is it a good question? I want to be supportive, but maybe that was a bad question and I shouldn't have engaged with it. Is that... I'm seeing some reactions in the chat. It's just... see, and this is me when I'm not listening to audio. Imagine how half cognizant I would be if I were listening to music and just vibing. All right, let's find these little feetsies. A gulp tub. Umibishu, yeah. That is what that would be. Oh, whether or not you ask a good, terrible question. I also can't believe that one got auto-modded. I appreciate the auto-mod's aggressiveness with the butt plug word, though. Because if I worry that that's going to come back to haunt me, that I have allowed it so loosely. This does have big turkey vibes, right? I saw some people saying that in the chat. This whole area has good turkey vibes. Oh, this cute little body. I feel great about this little body. You can see exactly where I have not touched it with my horrible little, there we go. My horrible little tablet. Okay. Okay. Is there a turkey character in Animal Crossing? Okay, this is pretty cutie. All right, but now we got to figure out the head situation. So first of all, let me add some topography. I'm gonna accidentally make us a fucking eraser head character. Is that what we should be doing? Should I be making horror characters in Animal Crossing? Is that something that SEO would like? Would that do well on Twitter? Would that trend? I could make like Freddy. That's the most... We talk about a lot of cursed things when we join together here on these Wednesday evenings. A fucking Eraserhead Animal Crossing baby is really, really, truly out there. Although, I say that, and here I am making like a cordyceps zombie Animal Crossing monster right now. Let me just go ahead. God. I feel like now we've got a head crab Animal Crossing character. I thought this was not going to be a very cursed stream. I thought this was going to be a nice dinosaur Animal Crossing stream, but I feel like the energy is more cursed than normal. Yeah, the next too tall, next too big. I'm trying. I made... Or, yeah, potentially cleavage, depending on the angle. Fuck. Oh, let me just smooth that on out. Oh, Christ. That went butt so quickly. I didn't... Got ass on the mind. Yeah, I do. Okay. God. Real cursed energy. Well, we might end up knocking this dinosaur out of the park really quickly. We're obviously going to finesse with the outfit for like 2 hours after we get the model down. Okay. All right. That thick stump of a neck is kind of... I guess the Animal Crossing characters don't really have much of a neck at all. They never need to turn their heads. They just move their whole bodies. So... Gosh, Tyrannosauruses are weirdly adorable, right? They're pretty cute. So maybe like a T-Rex. A little beak mouth. Yeah, I should have a cute little beak mouth. Why are Tyrannosauruses adorable? What's the science behind that? Yeah, what is the comparable word, whether or not for, because when you're everything turns into the crab is like carcinization, I think. What is the equivalent word for everything on this stream turning into a butt or butt related content? Beak. Is that it? I think that's higher. Hold on. Welcome, Mercury. Welcome, Mercury. Crescenization. Blue Vishnu is really good. It's pretty fair. Oh, I like Pinchinization. That's drawing on some good language roots. These are all really clever. These are all much more clever than I thought they were gonna be. That is on me for underestimating you, chat. The Thickening. Yeah, that could be the actual title of the stream, The Thickening. Whatever name this series ends up having, the subtitle is going to be The Thickening for sure. Here's the thing that I recently just finally broke down and learned how to do. So actually, let me do it right now. I finally looked up how to add a reference image. So let me actually do that, and that'll make this a little bit easier. Oh, this is a little bit creepy. I mean, I love this creature, but it is a little bit creepy. Here, what am I doing? I guess I can't, maybe I can't add it in. A xenomorph Animal Crossing character would be amazing. All right, if we have time at the end of this, we should do that. I like the idea of a xenomorph monster. Okay, reference. Whoop. Oh, Punch Frog! Thank you! Congrats, Drazia! Extremely nice. Good vibes in the chat today. I'm loving it. Okay, so, ta-da! I actually did not double check that this is a Triceratops. Whatever this thing is what we're doing today. Oh, it says Pantaceratops. Oh, because it has 5 horns. All right, well, this is what we're doing. We're committed. Okay, this will help because then this will help me. I won't have to go back and forth quite as much. I'm gonna angle it. Come on. Hey, come on. Hey. Do what I want you to do. There we go. Yeah. Butt plugs can be good vibes. This is sex positive Blender art stream. Give me back my sculpting screen. There we go. All right. He has no pants, but he's gonna have pants. This fella or lady or in between or whatever we decide on is gonna have pants. Maybe. I guess the Animal Crossing characters don't have to have pants. As a human, you do. They give you cute little boxer briefs. It's pretty great. Oh no. Mercury T. Oh no. Oh no. You'll have to give me, well, first of all, extremely cool that you're going to school for paleontology. That's, I feel like, is so many children's dreams. And congratulations for being an adult and pursuing that, because that rules. AJ, Gift summon to Bumble Bumble. Thank you so much. Extremely good and cool. Again, the maddest, nicest vibes in the chat today. Oof. Yeah, generally, Jenna, how is your reading going? The stuff that you mentioned, I think it was last week, sounded heavy stuff. Man, weird little anteater, kinda. Ah, AJ, coming through for screams for memes too. Regulars helping regulars. This is what I'm seeing right now. Truly, truly, the loveliest. Congratulations on your new emotes, everybody. Oh, lasagna and brownies, that rules. God, you know, one thing I miss, maybe arguably the thing I miss most about workplaces is when somebody brings in food and you get to eat that food and you didn't have to do anything to get that food. That's the best thing in the world. Free food is one of the best things in the world. You don't have access to that really anymore. Oh, Pie Day. Oh. I mean, again, one of the best and coolest things about working for the same imprint as Eater magazine. So we shared our offices with Eater because Eater and Polygon are both part of Vox Media. And sometimes they would get in food that was great or weird. Some weird stuff that we would get to try, or if not try, at least mock. I remember a particularly vile Mountain Dew fruitcake. Mountain Dew Code Red fruitcake, specifically. It was truly the worst. I guess maybe I'll get pie. Maybe I'll get pie. My partner and I can eat pie this weekend. That would be nice. Any excuse. I don't need an excuse to get pie. I love pie. That is a pig I could punch, except it would probably demolish my fist. It was so dense and so citrusy, weirdly. It was weird. I did eat some of it, so, you know, that's just the kind of person I am, but oof. Knife Snail! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, Knife Snail coming through! Yes. Excellent. God, you guys are so good. You guys are delightful. Yeah, I miss it. Oh, if you guys haven't seen, I've been trying to expand my writing and do like some fun freelancing writing on the side. I'm working more and more at that in my free time. But I wrote a piece for Eater about how good vegetable scrubbers are and how much I love my vegetable scrubbers. So if you haven't seen that, I posted it on my Twitter feed. But just very good and delightful, and I was delighted to write it. Styrofoam Anchor. New sub today, now gifting things as well. Incredible. Knife Snail, yeah, 100%. That's the thing is like, so we always had a vegetable scrubber growing up because my dad has a very large and intricate garden because raised in the woods, and that's part of the benefits of the woods. You can have a lot of space and do like nice big beautiful garden. So we always had one growing up that I never used because I was never cleaning food because I was a baby. But like I just hit this point where I was like, I can't deal with how muddy. What happened is I got a leak. I got some leaks from the box that were just full of grit. And I moved those from my old apartment to my new apartment. And the first day, as I was pulling them out of like the cooler to put them in my new fridge, I just got dirt everywhere on my new clean apartment floor. And I was like, no more. I can't with this anymore. Absolutely not. AJ, thank you once again. Shout out to Harley Quindom, another regular who's always doing good checks to make sure you're drinking water, which I'm going to do now as shout out. And then I'm going to follow it with some beer. Stay hydrated. Oh. Yeah. Glucose Guardian. Glucose Guardian is a good gender unspecific word for that. In that it's terrible in the same way that sugar daddy's terrible. All right, I keep dancing around doing a shape for this because I'm worried about. Here's the thing: is with using 2D references, I can spin this all I want. It's not going to give me a different angle on what this actually looks like. So it looks like it's kind of got. Well, here's the thing. Well, this has 2 Frenches, so I've already fucked up there. Let me focus. I'm going to focus for a minute. Talk amongst yourselves while I focus. I will say that I was reading some comics from the 1920s and 30s called Flapper Franny Says, which are weird and delightful and beautifully drawn, and I'm very much into them. But I found one that made references to sugar daddies, but it was in quotes and it was called a sweet papa. And I really liked that. I like the phrase sweet papa. And also the idea that this what we know as the sugar daddy in the modern times was in existence in a way conceptually during the 20s and 30s, but that it was not codified enough to be like a real word. Like, it's not like you could say sugar daddy and people would know what you were saying. So you could use, it was like part of the thing that was making this a concept in our culture. I thought that was really interesting. Sweet papa. Girls these days are just looking for a sweet papa. Somebody to give them absinthe. Somebody to keep them in the liquor, which we all know is illegal. This creature's going to have a weird bouffant. I think that's what I'm starting to see here. Corn syrup Phillip. Ugh. 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 How low do these go? Not too low. More up. I like dextrose degenerate. It's a mouthful, but it's good. This just all gotta be taller. Is that too tall? Did I make this too big? Proportions are a little weird. It's very elephant, yeah. Kind of mousy so far as well. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Dumbo, yeah. Yeah, I see the Dumbo vibes for sure. It's just making it more mouse-like. Here, you know what? I know what's happening. These need to be back more and not out more. This whole thing needs to be narrower and more depth. Yeah. Yeah, windblown. She got a blowout. She's looking good. She's not going to go extinct. She's going to live forever. Okay. Okay. Getting there. What are we doing with you, Snoot? Okay. It looks like it. Oh no. It's not. Once we add horns, this is going to look exactly like this image. You'll see. You'll see. I'm not going to add the images yet. I was reading about I've been doing a lot of Blender stuff this week on my own. Very little of it has been posted, but I'm getting it there. But one of the things I was reading is about primary, secondary, and tertiary shapes. Horns I would consider secondary, so we're not going to do them until we get done with the head. Let me see. Yeah, I think this just has to be taller. Taller and narrower. Butt plug is definitely tertiary. The butt plug details. That's what, you know, it's what really transforms it from just a hunk of clay to a beautiful butt plug is all the tertiary details. They're kind of getting there. God, it's got so big. How weirdly big. Woo. Oh, I accidentally masked everything out. There we go. Tertiary. It's really good. It's a really good pun. Regrettably. Less skull. Normally we need more skull. I think this creature needs less skull. Okay. I recently finished, I see we're talking book references. I recently finished a book called Chintu, spelt Kintu. That was a Ugandan epic written in 2012. It was extremely good and beautiful. I highly, highly recommend it. And then right now I'm reading The Death of... What am I reading? Tiny little Tolstoy. I said Tolstoy like Toy Story. I'm a dum-dum. Forget about this. Don't clip this clip out. I've been reading Tolstoy, The Death of Ivan Ilyich. Just because it's a very small Tolstoy, and I haven't read much Tolstoy, so I thought I should. It was good. Yeah, it's a good book so far. It's an interesting contemplative take on dying. So, you know, it's super cheerful. Really good stuff. Okay, is that shape good? I think this back part, also, it's still got so wide. I would just be so... I feel like I'd be really alarmed. If I saw this coming at me. Just gonna make it a little bit smaller. It's gotta be cute is the thing. It's part of the aesthetic. Gotta be a cutie pie little dinosaur. There we go. There we go. Yep, great questions in the chat. Everybody fooded, watered, meds taken, posture good. I have not read Anna Karenina. I feel like I really should. She was the shepherdess, right? All right, let's do... I think I'm pretty... Okay, I think I'm pretty pleased with this shape. Oh, what did you get for takeout, AJ? The amount I've been thinking about getting takeout and the amount of time I actually get takeout are widely... They vary widely and dramatically. I'm just not good at ordering food. I just have so much food in my fridge I know I should eat. Chicken wings. It's a great bet. It's a great takeout order. Never made chicken wings. I have to assume it's incredibly annoying and terrible, and I would not want to do it. Okay. Feeling good about the head. Feels like it's pretty much in proportion. It's a little bit big. I think it's mostly in proportion to the body. It's got good shape. All right. Oh, Punch Frog, do you get that too? I always assumed, so I grew up in the woods. So growing up, literally no place would deliver to us because we were just too far out of town. And so growing up, we just never did delivery. If we were going to get food, it would be, my dad would have to pick it up on his way home from work. And it was usually KFC or Chinese food, which is great. But I just never, the idea of just being able to order food and somebody will bring it to me doesn't seem like that's something that I should be able to do. And so I often forget that it is indeed a thing I can do it. I've gotten to a point where I'm like, okay. I mean, it's just it's expensive and I feel bad about just not walking to do it myself. Do I deserve this food if I'm not putting effort into getting it? And the answer is yeah, absolutely I do. And that's a wild way of considering food, this basic thing that you have to do to survive. But that's anxiety be that way. I made another butt. I'm so sorry. Anxiety be that way. It makes you stress out about things that are totally fine that you shouldn't have to stress out about. Where is this little divot? What's happening here? What are you doing? Why is there a second little secret mouth here? I hate this. What's happening? Blender. Blender, what the fuck are you doing? Blender, what are you doing? Is that just always gonna be there? What are you... Okay, what is happening? Why is there a secret mouth, though? It's not a gill. We decide to do a land dinosaur. Why does this have it? What's happening? What is happening, though? But what is happening, though? It is a very Pac-Hill smile, for sure. Can I not get rid of you? Why isn't this happening on both sides? Because there's no secret smile on this side. If there's only a secret smile on this side. Let her... You're saying I should stop fucking with this gill? Oh, it's a thyroid surgery. Oh, that's adorable. What? Not adorable. Why did I say that was adorable? That's very real and I like it, is what I meant to say. It's a weird reaction to thyroid scar. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Blender, I swear to God. I can't, well, it just has to be there because I can't seem to get rid of it. So this just has to be here. We're going to have to work this into whatever clothing design. Whatever clothing design we end up is going to have a secret mouth incorporated. I know, I keep trying. It's just getting worse. It's becoming more pronounced. It's doing a little kind of face. And I don't like that. Oh, Captain Oblivion. What? What the fuck? Why is this only on one side? What is happening? How did it get here? Why did this do it? Yeah, it'll reverse hernia. Oh my God. Oh my God. Get out of here. Maybe it must have been really small, and then it got bigger as I was fussing with it. This is why you don't pick at scabs. This is exactly it, because if you pick at it, you get a pliable head. You get a Revernia. Oh my god. You have to get out. You have to leave. I'm sorry, you can't be in here. What does Cinnamon Shake say? No! Cinnamon. Name's so sweet. Can set Dino Topo, Captain Oblivion, bless you, for knowing stuff about Blender. Dino Topo to... Well, I'll fuss with that later. We've gotta get this thing. We've gotta do something about this thing. There we go. Oh my god. But why was it only on one side? That's so perplexing. Gosh, you still got a little dimple, huh? That's fine. The dimples are fine. Phew. When you sculpting, you merge two regions together that aren't all together top. Okay. Yeah, I definitely assumed it happened through that, but I don't know why it happened on one side and then not the other. That's really what walloped me one up in the head. Mysterious. Okay. Whew. All right. Okay. So we got cute little Beaky. Getting back on track. Not going to let that slow us down. We're gonna recover. We're gonna heal. Is that creepy? That feels like it got a little creepy. It's trying to do that little mouth bit. Let me see. Okay. So it kind of goes a little nosy. Okay, that's kind of cute, right? It's a little bit Joker, a little bit creepy, but it's kind of cute, right? Oh, good luck modding whether or not. It's a thankless job. And as such, I can't thank you for doing it. But good luck. Okay. Has chat, have you devolved into Joker jokes? As you were always meant to do. Oh god, that made it worse. Wait, that made it really creepy. Hold on. Okay. It's so weird how that one little change made it so much creepier. Okay, now I think that works. Right? That works. Yeah, I think that's cute. Subdividing cannot be done symmetrically. Okay. Interesting. Oop, Dino Topo, come back to me. Okay. Bird's Eye Dinners. I'm not familiar with that. It's like a... So it's not like a frozen meal? Tell me, screams for memes. Tell me more. You have my attention. I hate cooking for myself when I'm depressed. I was having a bad week last week. I'm feeling a lot better now. But you never know. It's good to, I always try to prepare. When I'm up, I try to prepare for when I'm down. Okay. Let's do, I think let's do horns next. I think eyeballs and nostril bits maybe be considered tertiary. So let's do some horns. Bye, Punch Frog. Thank you for all the gifts of subs you handed out. Thank you. Goodbye. I feel like last week was rough for a lot of people. And I feel like a lot of people are feeling a little bit steadier now, which is good to hear just all around. But some weeks, some weeks are just bad weeks. And that's okay. Gotta know when to be soft and gentle with yourself. And when to sit yourself down and say, okay, get your booty up. Get your booty into shape. Do some stuff with your booty. My pep talks are booty heavy. I don't think that has any effect on the art that I make. Yeah. Yeah, Quanta Cucumber. I think that's a big part of it, is that it's, at least in New York, it's finally like sunny again. And the sun is still visible at the end of the day. So it's not like it goes down at 2 p.m. and then you still have to work the entire day from home. And it's sad and annoying. It's like time is finally passing in a notably progressive way. And that's a real relief. Obijan, that's a very good... Thank you for that very good PSA, I guess it would be considered. It's definitely getting to the time of year where we all need to think better and more actively, since we'll be going outside more often, making sure you're covered up with sunscreen or good UV protecting clothing. It's just nice to double check. Miserable customers. A big struggle on your birthday. Why don't people know it's your birthday and then be nice to you? Wouldn't that be cool if we did that as a society? I mean, some people would abuse it, I guess. I'm perplexed at these little side bits here. Kind of beard-like little bits. No, actually, I like that. That was kind of getting there. Okay, this cutie's taking shape. Let's get a nice ridge going. So I see that they've got like flat bits here. So let's go ahead and build this up, Buttercup. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. There we go. Okay, that's a dinosaur, kinda. Okay, so it looks like our friend over here. I guess these are more ridges than they are horns. So let's pull some horns. Whoop. Okay, yeah. Did I get it in one? Yeah, I think I did. Okay. Perfect pull. Okay, and little eyeballs. What do Animal Crossing eyeballs look like? They're probably stylistic, right? Oh, they're just cute little blips. They're just cute little dots. They have very little to no geometry. So I think that'll be added in post. Thank you, Sylvia Sellen. Coming with the good tips and the Prime subscription. Thank you so much. And Captain Oblivion, thank you for the pun, of course. For once, it really is Dino Topo. All right, so I'll add it's gonna look weird if I don't. Well, it'll just have not have eyes for a while, and that's just life. I don't know who you're giving hell. I missed the original story, but yeah, you should. If the chat says you should give him hell, that's probably accurate. Okay. Yeah, well, this kind of, hold on. Kind of goes into this little horn. Dead naming. It's shitty. It's no good at all. If a friend's doing that, then they might not be being the right kind of friend. Might not be being a friend at all. Okay, well, this is more pronounced. Hold on. See, this is the upside and the downside of working with references, is that you can be a lot more accurate. The downside is you can be a lot more accurate. You can really get into the shit. It's good, but it's too much of a bower. All right, let's add these little baby horns. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh yeah, check your posture. Oh. Stretch your little bit if you need it. Oh. Yes, thank you, Harley. All right, too big. Get in there. I think I'm not going to do as many, but I want them to be pronounced. Oh, so sorry. I hope that burp didn't pick up on the microphone. So sorry. I want these to be more pronounced and cartoony because he's a little Animal Crossing character. Should be a little bit cartoony. Yeah. That looks pretty cute, right? Yeah, I think that looks cute. I don't know if the snake brush twists. I don't know what I did. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it twists if I do that. Okay. Kind of a weird neck area. Okay. What am I doing here? Can I smooth that out? Is that going to help? Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Look at that cool. Okay. This looks good. I think this looks good. The arms got weirdly ripped. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Okay. 1-to-1, yeah. Thank you, Mercury. This is just it. It's perfect replication. I feel great about it. Yeah, okay. Let's thicken these stumps up a little bit. And then I guess we got to think about what clothes, if any, we're putting on this thing. Screams for memes. That's a very good tattoo idea. Come on, Stumpers. Get into place. There we go. Haha, we're surrealistically realistic this week. Okay. Yeah, look at this cutie. All right, I'm going to mute my mic. I actually don't know where the mute button is on this. I have to blow my nose, though. I'm going to excuse myself. I'll be right back. Think about what clothes we should put on this thing. I'll be right back. Hi, I'm back. Oh. Okay. Oh, I like Jurassic Park t-shirt. I like, cowboy dinosaur. I love that. So cowboy dinosaur could be like, what would that be? Like, it'd be like a cute little vest? Would be wearing like a cute little cowboy vest? Whoop, whoop. Cowboy hat with fringe. I love that. A dinosaur wear PJs, little humans printed on him, Cap and Oblivion. Extremely cute. Oh, I like the idea of a tiny, tiny little cowboy hat on one of the horns. Oh, don't forget the tail. Thank you. Yes. Wait, do the Animal Crossing characters have tails? Do they? They probably do, right? Oh, yeah, they do. They got cutie pie little tails. Oh, these games are so good. They're all so good. Whoop. Is that good? Is that too small? God, the head really got the head got so big in comparison to the rest of this thing. I think it works. Also got a little, I'm worried about this balance. Stubby little tails. Do dinosaurs generally have much longer tails? That's good to know. I'm gonna move these legs forward a little bit. I'm just worried. The balance is just, I was just worried about our Sweetie Pie's creature's ability to stand. Bye, Mechtel. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna do something that's so risky. It's so risky. I think I can do it though. I just wanna make the head just a little bit smaller. I think I can do it. Oh, it's too much. Hold on. Whew, okay. Thriving out of spite. That's bold. A bold, intense statement. Ooh, bandana. How difficult are bandanas? That's a great question. Have not thought through how difficult actually putting clothing on this thing will be. Because I think most of the Animal Crossing clothes, a lot of them are just like painted on. I've had to talk much more today at work, incidentally. So my throat is going out. It is just because just it's too much chatting at work. Okay. I apologize for the sounds of my body. We are not back in the office, not at all, not by a long shot. Probably will not be for the rest of the year if I had to guess. But just had a lot of meetings, good meetings, but like the kind that involves a lot of talking. I also had an interview today for video I'm working on. That's going to be very good. Really excited. Everybody see it. Okay. Yeah. All right. I love the idea of cowboy dinosaur. That hits a lot of strong points in my mind. So I'm definitely down for that. It's gonna be a good one. It won't be out for a bit, because again, I just did one interview today, and I'm still waiting on another. But it's gonna be really good when it comes out. I think you guys will like it. I don't think Animal Crossing actually has any dinosaur villagers. It does got it do got dinosaur skeletons. But I think that's the strongest skeleto dino presence in the game, sadly. All right, let me think about how to do. I guess I could mold cowboy clothes. Maybe. Oh, I'm looking at some good. Okay, I'm getting some good reference pictures. Okay, I've got a great reference picture. Let me just pipe this in. Oh no. Be a picture I can download, please. Okay. Here we go. Feel like it's good. I feel like a good over-the-shoulder cape is going to be really, really effective. Oh, that actually is deep lore. That's good deep lore, lip glossolalia. Yeah. Okay, let's. So first thing we need to do is I want to. A Serapa? Okay. Oh, thank you, Lumpy Monster. Any chance to talk about creepypasta is a chance I'm gonna take because I love creepypasta so much. Oh no, hold on. I've already, hold on. Okay. Flint Westwood. Pretty good. Pretty good name for anything. Yes, if you haven't listened to it, I was a guest on the Spirits podcast. I think it's called Spirits, not The Spirits, but the podcast known as Spirits. We talked about creepypasta, and it was great. It ruled. I love talking about creepypasta. I miss creepypasta. Oh yeah, we should figure out what personality type this character is. A Ceratops serape. A Ceratops is really good. It's a really good situational pun. Let me think about how I want to do this. I think I can do this, and it may be in an easier, maybe I'm cursing myself moment. I might be cursing myself right now. We're gonna try it though. Oh, yeah, if he's gonna be cranky is a good bet. Because if he's wearing old Clint Eastwood's. Oh god. What are you doing? There we go. I'm not convinced that this is a better option, a better way of doing this, but it's the way I'm doing it, and that'll have to be enough. Oh, for the pose brush. I never used the pose brush, so I highly, highly forgot that this was even a thing. I've never, ever, ever used the pose brush. But this is literally exactly what it is for. Thank you, Captain Oblivion. What if their name was Gun? Not back. Don't go back. Oh, I would love a bandolier. I actually knew somebody way back when who she never carried a purse. She always just carried a bandolier of stuff. She had like a bandolier and a utility belt, and that's just what she used instead of a purse. She was the coolest person maybe I ever met. Such a fucking power move. It was really powerful. She was a powerful person. Okay. All right. All right. How are we gonna do this? I think clay strips. I think we're just gonna build on top. Accumulate. Okay. I'll make you super strong. Ooh, D&D first timer. Like first time playing or first time DMing? Starting with the books is a great first step. So you're already on the right path. First time playing. Ooh. Gosh, well, have you already made a character? Oh, well, making the character is, in my opinion, the most fun part. Playing them is also fun, but it's I just like making characters a lot. Make sure you make a character that's fun that you would actually like to play. That's my number one advice. Uh, gosh, I'm just there's a lot of good advice. I'm certain chat has a lot of good advice too. Yes, Dork Apocalypse coming in with the very good advice. What am I doing here shape-wise? Let's back this up. Let me think about this. Should be... There we go. Haha. Generally, Jenna, that's very good advice. Yeah, in addition to playing a melee character like a fighter or something that's a little bit of an easier class to figure out, playing a character that's low intelligence so that it's okay if you don't know stuff is also very useful. I feel like I'm going to regret everything I'm doing right now. But maybe not. Maybe it'll come together. Okay. It's going to come together. It's not going to be anything weird. Okay. Yeah, casters are difficult. They're just a difficult class to play. Although, that being said, like, if you are most interested in playing a caster, then you're going to have more fun playing that, and it's going to be worth the extra effort to put into it. So, like, that's the thing is, like, it'll be easier for sure playing a fighter, but if you're only going to be happy playing a wizard because you want to be a wizard, then play a wizard. You'll figure it out. Throw yourself in at the deep end. Oh God, let me in. There we go. Oh my God, so many little bubbles. So unnerving. Oh God, I'm stuck. Oh God, I'm stuck. It won't let me out. 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 Okay, oh God, okay, all right. I panicked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have panicked. It just wasn't letting me move. Okay, all right. Phew. It's okay. We all kept her cool. Everything was fine. All right. Yeah, I thought I should have just made it a different object 100,000 billion times correctly. I should have made it just a separate object and put it on top, but you know, I said, you know, like I would have a justification. I don't know why it didn't do that. It passed through my mind and I was like, nah, this is gonna be good. And it will. It will be good. But it is also the most deranged way of going about this. And I accept that. Ugh. Flesh poncho. I mean, yeah. That is what this is. That is what this is. Yep. No, I'm owning it. Yeah, flesh poncho. That's what we're making. Just like what Clint Eastwood wears. A Nathan For You episode where he sells flesh ponchos. Really upsetting to think about, but he'd probably succeed, because that's just how that seems to go for that dude. Bye, Rachel at Gmail. Thank you for the gift subs. I guess I could just call you Rachel. I'm going to think about that the next time. I never know what parts of usernames are good to cut off and what part has to really be there to get the meaning of the username across. If somebody just called me I'd be like, whoa, wait. Think it through. You've cut it off at a weird place. Huh, you've made a choice. Like to be known as underscore. Lizzie, whoa. I like that. if they called you to be very intimate. Yeah, that's the tricky thing. It's hard to see. It's hard to say. Bye, Jay. Thank you for the gift subs today. Extremely delightful. An important regular member of this community. Oh, Plee. Wait, Ply. I guess it would be Ply. Ply's pretty cute. This functions, and I feel great about that. I am going to paint on the vest, though. We're not going to mold a vest here today. Ha! I like that there's a notable progression in your nickname as people get more and more used to, held hostage by, maybe, your puns. It's extremely, pretty adorable. Pretty adorable. That's what I have to say about that. Thank you, Drew. Again, I've been, more so than most weeks, I've been playing around in Blender on my off time. Like, during lunch today, I was like, I should finish reading this book, and instead I just played around in Blender a whole bunch. Because it's good and it's satisfying. It's just like, especially when I'm on my own, and I'm just like, let's see what I can do. It's nice. It's nice just to hop in and sort of chill. Okay. Oh god. Oh god. Stop. No. Oh god. No, I don't want this. I've accidentally masked it. Fuck. How do I... Oh god. Oh god. Here in the 11th hour, I'm somehow gonna find a way to fuck this up. Oh god, what was the shortcut? Clear mask. Haha! I did it. Okay. Alright. Got a cutie, tiny, tiny, cute little poncho. That's really half a poncho. This is not a full poncho. Hold on, I know what I can do. Ah! Sorry, I got trapped behind Clint Eastwood for a moment. More of a cho. Yeah, this is my ponch. I wear it in spring weather just before it becomes short sleeve weather. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, there he is. Old Clint. Okay. Which of these horns should get a tiny bolero hat like this? It feels like maybe it should be one of the front two. But I'm open to suggestions. Follow-up question, should they be wearing chaps? The answer is yes. I'm answering that for us. One of the eyebrow ones? Okay, I'm glad we all agreed that it's gotta be one of the eyebrow ones. I'm gonna add chaps real quick. What do chaps look like? Flesh chaps. I mean, yeah, it is gonna be flesh chaps for sure, huh? I mean, yeah, it's gonna be flesh chaps. I don't know if we needed to call that out, but yeah. And they'll need a belt to go with the chaps, huh? So let's get this flesh belt into place. Gotta fit around their big tail booty. Ah, Clint! I love you, but you're a little bit in the way. Ah! Clint's doing his best. That's all we can ask of him. Just so needy for attention. Hovering back there. Waiting for me to need to know what a bolero hat looks like. Alright. We'll clean up that belt later. And then the chaps connect to the belt. Yee. Howdy. Is this gonna... Is this really gonna highlight the fact that this creature's not wearing pants or underwear? Is this gonna make this really obvious and raise some questions that we don't want to have to answer? Because it's already kind of doing that for me in my mind right now. A well-placed leaf. That's just going to draw attention to the nudity. I think we'll just have to be discreet. Everybody's just going to have to be cool and not point it out that this thing's not wearing pants. It'll be like a Donald Duck situation, except worse because Donald Duck wasn't wearing chaps that highlighted the groin area. Take it or leave it. Oh, the sin. Oh, boy. Yeah, actually, a fig leaf as an Animal Crossing item would be pretty delightful. Just coloring in some flesh pants. No big deal. Oh my god. Here's another dumb thing. I've had my headphones on this whole time, even though, again, they are just for show because it was too distracting listening to music. But they've also been turned on, and I just got startled because they told me my battery was low. So just playing myself left and right with these headphones tonight is how I'm feeling. Whew. Okay. Okay, this is coming together. Phew, okay. So focused. Just like so honed in on really carving out the crotch sections of this dinosaur. You can just see the concentration on my face as I clean up the lines, really making sure the crotch area is accentuated on this fan art made up character for this children's game. Love it. Love Animal Crossing so much. He's got little chaps. I did that. That's really good. I love his little chaps. So cute. God, cowboy was a great suggestion. I don't know who first did that in the chat, but you were correct. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, chaps. Yeah. Yeah, chaps. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. I could fuss with these chaps forever, but got other things to do. Like making a little hat. Okay. Think about the best way of doing this. I guess I can make... I'm going to try to make a new shape. So I think trying to blow out one of these horns to make a little hat is a bad idea. A bad choice, fundamentally. So maybe I can make it entirely out of this. That would certainly be the smart thing to do. Can I put a full list of the quotes? That's a good question. I must, yeah, there's got to be a big way. I'm certain there's a way I can dop into Nightbot and get a full list of them. So I should, I can double check and see if that's an option. Okay, how do I want to do you? Okay. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. The big raid video was a delight to make. Frankly, shocked it was allowed. if I were to tell you the truth. I was certain, like, it's one thing to see it written, it's another thing to see the video cut together. I was certain Tara was going to be like, do you want to be this horny on main? But she didn't. She was just like, respect. You did it. And I really appreciate that. It was a great video. It's a great video to make. Very satisfying. I'm so terrified that the Lady Dimitrescu is going to be horrible in the game in some way. I'm so worried. I would love to cosplay her. Would love to look at more fan art. I mean, I already look at a lot of fan art, but I would love to do all of that more. I'm just so worried she's going to be horrible. Are you adding Brian David Gilbert quotes to my quote stream? Yeah, you can. I think it's meant to be adding quotes of things I say in chat. Although that is a very good Brian David Gilbert quote. Stop. Don't be that way. Okay. Oh, they're superior. I mean, if he has a chatbot in his chat, then you should definitely add those. Well, if he's okay with it, then you can add those to his stream. But I mean, here's the thing: is I like the things I say. Yeah, are you actually Brian? Is this Brian's alt account? Are you here to troll me? I've learned all sorts. Again, I've been doing lots of Blender stuff this week, just for me. And so I learned a secret trick, which is that if I am grabbing stuff, I mean, I knew I could do directional stuff like this. You can see the line that goes up and down. But I didn't know if as I hit it again, it does it relative to the object. So when I do dumb things like switch it up directionally early, I can still adjust it like it's a normal item. That was a revelation to me. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, Blender, you still got so much to teach me. And I'm thankful for it. All right. Does that look... Oh, God, that's cute. That's cute, right? Is that the right... Is it... Okay. I love this hat. Loving this hat. Loving this energy. Is it the right size? I love how it dangle. Really pleased about that. Ah, what cutie. Oh, man. All right. Is it good size? The right size? Or stabbed onto the hat. If I had a good idea of doing like a stab, if I could have a good way of getting it to poke through, I would do it. But I love this. So cute. Maybe okay, let me see what it looks like if the horn pokes through a little bit. I'm worried it'll just look like it's clipping. can we add a string to it? Ooh, yeah, maybe. Does it look, well, does that look purposeful though? Maybe I can. I don't know if there's gonna be a good. Yeah, I think it looks more purposeful when it's dangling. That's the thing, is sometimes you do things on purpose, but they don't look like they're on purpose, so they might as well not have been on purpose. Okay. I love that. Oh, still peeky. Cheeky little peeky. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, what else does this cutie pie need? I'm gonna draw in a vest. So I don't think we need that. The Quanta Cucumber. I love the panic that reads on your statement, but so all the Animal Crossing characters' eyes are they're drawn on. They're not like geography. Ooh, if I blanked out there, that was a bad one. They're not like geography, so I can't add them as a shape. I just have to paint them on. It's gonna be very cute. Scrap Barlow. I don't think it's that difficult. It really depends. If you have experience with other 3D software, I think it's probably very easy. I think it's got to be pretty straightforward. Yeah. Otherwise, what was I saying? I totally blanked out. What was I saying? We don't have a name. I'm going to add eyeballs to this in post. And I'm going to paint, I think, a little vest on. I'm probably also going to clean up the belt. But I don't think there's... God, we've been here for 2 hours. That time flew by ridiculously. I might revisit the hands in post. I actually think we're about 2 hours in, so I think it's probably time to call it, and then I will go off in my little corner of my room and turn on my music and start to fuss up this creature a little bit. So, how do we feel about Void Eyes? That's a great question. So I think that's it for the stream. Yeah, I'm really excited for this cutie thing to get completely done. Because I'm really happy with how it turned out. So I'm going to paint it. I'm going to add eyes. Going to finish cleaning it up, and I'll post it on Twitter. As always, there's the link to the hashtags. So I will... I kind of do that for myself because then I don't have to remember what the hashtags are. So I'll do that. Oh, we need a name. That's right. I think we were going... I really like Flint Westwood. If we have other thoughts, let me know. We like Flint Westwood? I'm going to make a note to myself. Flint Westwood. Gosh, that's a cute name. All right. I feel great about that. All right. Thank you, everybody. This is a very good energy on the stream today, which it's just always nice. You guys are a delight. This is no short an occasion on that point. So what pronouns? I think they, them. Animal Crossing characters are so cute and ungendered, so I'm gonna go with they, them on this one. Anyway, you'll see it when I post it on Twitter. Yeah. Is that everything? Haha. Raid. Let me find somebody for us to raid and not forget about it this week. Let me see Who's streaming right now? If it's nobody, then it's gonna be probably Julia and Jacob. Let's do it. Did that work? Is it doing it? I don't think it's doing it. I fucked up. Hold on. Hold on. Wait, how do I do a raid? I'm panicking and forgetting how to do a raid. Yeah, we're all still here because the raid didn't work. Wait, am I just... Alright, I'm not panicking. Raid Twitch, what's the prompt? Twitch. I did that, Twitch. Twitch, why don't... There we go. Okay, I don't know why it worked previously, but it's working now. Ridiculous. I did the backslash and then it was like, nah, that's not it, Jenna, but it was wrong. That is it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Have a good rest of your week. I'll see you guys probably over the weekend for another stream if you guys are available. All right. Goodbye.